As funny it may sound, but this is the most humiliating statement I have ever heard as an African. Recently, Trump had a meeting with the Liberian president, and there is a question he asked the Liberian president. The most annoying part of it is the sir, the Liberian president, was attaching to the statement. But let's not dive into let's watch the video together to see the question Trump was asking the Liberian president.
And we just want to thank you so much for this opportunity.
Well, thank you in such good English, such beautiful. Where did you learn to speak so beautifully? Where were you educated? Where?
Yes, sir.
In Liberia.
Yes, sir.
Well, that's very interesting. That's beautiful English.
Sure.
I have people at this table can't.
Donald Trump just held a meeting with the president of Liberia and put his lack of intelligence and incompetence on full display. So here was Trump praising Liberia's president for speaking such good English. And then he went on to ask the president where he learned to speak such good English, even though English is the official language of Liberia. Watch this.
Well, thank you in such good English, such beautiful. Where did you learn to speak so beautifully? Where were you educated? Where?
Yes, sir.
In Liberia.
Yes, sir.
Well, that's very interesting. That's beautiful English.
Sure.
I have people at this table can't speak nearly as well.
So Donald, he learned to speak English in Liberia, where English is the official language. I mean, this is the president of the United States having high-stakes meetings with leaders of African nations discussing very important things like foreign policy, trade, and aid, and yet he doesn't know anything about these nations. He doesn't even know what language they speak. He is so unfit for office. Oh, and he proves it.
So Donald Trump was talking to the president of Liberia and asked him, where did you learn such good English? It's beautiful English. You speak English better than some of these people at this table. Okay? And he said that Liberians, primary language is English. And you would think he knows that. Some think he didn't know. I would like to think that he was being very condescending. And I would hope that he was saying it on some like, you speak real good English, like how you learn that. On some like, remember when they was freeing them slaves to the north through the Underground Railroad? And then once they got to the north, we was putting them on boats and shipping them to Liberia? Yeah. You speak really good English. How do you know such good English? That's how I would take it. You feel me? Like, I wanna hope that he knew that. I know he's not a politician, but I'm gonna say he was being condescending.
Imagine using improper English to tell somebody they speak good English. What is good English? Donald Trump is the most illiterate president in the world right now. I'm a Liberian, and our official language in Liberia is English. He should know that because of Liberia's relationship with America. But then again, we don't expect him to know because he's ignorant. Just because somebody has an accent does not mean they speak incorrect English as he does. This man uses double negative, Liberian will say, literally in every sentence. Huge, humongous, big, the same, literally in the same sentence. I will say triple negative instead of double negative. My mom calls that with her Liberian accent, and I know English. When my mom asks you a question and you say, and I know, she's gonna be like, what is that? What is that? We grow up speaking proper English. He never learned proper English. He makes America shame every stage he gets on the public stage. My 9-year-old daughter speaks proper English than he does. Learn.
Well, breaking fucking news. Donald Trump sitting in front of African leaders. The president of Liberia is speaking to Donald Trump. Donald Trump lets him finish. When the president of Liberia finishes, Donald Trump says, such beautiful English. Where did you learn to speak English like that? The Liberian president looked this motherfucker in the face and said, Liberia's official language is English, Mr. President, because Liberia is a nation of slave ancestry that they sent from America back to Africa, created Liberia, and the Liberians took the entire fucking country. Their flag looks like the American fucking flag, and our sitting U.S. president didn't know the official language is fucking English because their ancestors are fucking slaves. I'm so sick and tired of this dumbass shit that I had to fucking scream just now.
I want to thank you so much for this
What are you
opportunity.
thanking him for?
Well, thank you. It's such good English.
What?
Such beautiful. Where did you learn to speak so beautifully?
Ah.
Where were you educated? Where?
The racial
Liberia.
microaggression is
Yes,
oozing
that's
out of the
very
President of the United
interesting.
States.
It's beautiful English.
Sure.
I have people at this table can't speak nearly as well.
Very
and
good.
they-
English is the
they come
national
from-
language of Liberia. Did you do any homework on the African presidents coming to the White House? Oh my God, America, you should be embarrassed because this is like embarrassment galore. What in the caucasity is this racist mess? First off, any good host, which Trump most definitely is not, would have done their homework on their guests. This is President Joseph Boakai of Liberia, a country in West Africa. In Liberia, they speak English. It's their national language. Secondly, if you guys weren't spending so much negative energy erasing Black history, you would know the historical connection between the United States of America and Liberia. Like, oh, I don't know, that in the mid-19th century, thousands of African Americans moved to Liberia to reconnect with their African roots. But no, because you spent all that energy on the wrong thing, you ended up producing an obtusely illiterate, racist white president. Clap for yourselves. Third, President Trump was being overtly racist to President Joseph Boakai. He had measured President Boakai's articulation and intelligence by his ability to speak English. People, that is freaking racism. He expressed astonishment that an African president could speak English so well, even asking him where he went to school. Racial microaggression 101. This is no different from asking, oh, but where are you really from? Oh, you speak well for a Black person. All of that in full display of the whole world. And don't be fooled by the laughter you heard from President Boakai. That laughter was a sign that this was a tense situation. And Black people use laughter a lot to diffuse situations, tense situations, especially in the workplace. Understand that all those African leaders seated at a table at the White House with the President of the United States, that was a workplace. This was a work thing. And if President Boakai had responded to Trump the way Trump deserved to be responded to, we know white people would have perceived him as aggressive and confrontational, and not the only person in the room who was being aggressive and confrontational, President Trump. Trump's racial microaggression was not a compliment. It wasn't funny. Sure as hell was not harmless. He questioned the articulation and intelligence of the president of Liberia in front of the whole world with depraved indifference as to how embarrassing that would be. Was he expecting President Boakai to actually answer the question? What the hell? There's nothing unconscious about racial microaggression. It's racism. And this level of ignorance from a U.S. president not knowing that English is spoken in Liberia should be criminal.
To me, this is one of the most embarrassing statements I am hearing from the President of America, Donald Trump, asking a Liberian president from Africa that where did he learn to speak English? In fact, this statement alone throws me off balance. I was like, why is he asking this kind of questions? He was like, you speak good English. Meanwhile, he himself doesn't speak good English. But that draws me back to how they see us Africans. Most white palm-colored people see us Africans like we cannot speak English. We do not have the basic things of life. And for Trump to make this statement sound to me like he is trying to, put down Africa, that Africans cannot speak English. And meanwhile, Liberia is the official language for Liberia is English. And the most interesting part of it is that the Liberian flag is just like the American flag. How can Trump not know that Liberians speak English, that their official language is English? How can he not know? This shows that Trump knows nothing about Africans. He knows nothing about the history of Africans. Maybe what he knows about African is the slave trade. I don't understand. This is not sitting down well with me. You asking a Liberian president that where did he learn to speak English, that he speaks English so well, better than every other person in the room. That is embarrassing, and that is disrespectful to we Africans. I don't know what you guys think. Please drop your thoughts in the comment section, like this video and share.